George, that was awful. What did I do wrong?
Well, don't you love getting that question?
Oh God, I get it all the time. It's very challenging to handle.
Yeah, when I get that question, usually, so if I'm giving a golf lesson on the range, there's maybe 2, possibly 3 topics that we're covering that day.
Right.
Maybe it could be something in the setup, a backswing thought, a forward swing thought. And I'll say, look, when something goes wrong, you can't add points 4, 5, and 6, because then you're going to add 7, 8, 9. Next thing you know, you got 50, things going through your head. And the same thing applies on a golf course. Right. There's certain things that at any level, somebody's working on just those couple of things. If the shot doesn't come off the right way, you probably didn't do one of those 2 things.
Right.
So get back to that. Don't start introducing the
other. And I'm right there with you in that line of thought. It's when I get that question, I'm going to be as blunt as possible. I'm like, you made a mistake. Yeah. We're not machines. You and I are pretty good at this game, but we still make mistakes ourselves, as evidenced by what we just saw. And I find that my students and a lot of players tend to overreact when they see a miss hit, a bad shot. Yeah. Especially in a round of golf. They could be going along, 2, 3, 4 holes. They're either making their pars or they're making their bogeys. And next thing you know, they hit one sideways out of bounds, and then they got to reinvent the wheel with their golf swing.
Yeah, and then you look at the scorecard, and it's kind of who they are. They're having a good day, and then it's
recovery from that.
Horrible numbers after that, double bogeys and bogeys, and they just really get off track.
Right.
I like to remind them too that there's not a sport that's ever performed perfectly.
Correct.
Michael Jordan shot 49% from the floor.
Exactly. He missed more game winner attempts than he made.
That's right.
And so, I think amateurs see what's on TV and they expect that to be the norm, and they don't see the bad shots unless they're awful. But I feel, if they understand their golf swing, like you say, 1, 2, 3 points max
at most,
and that's all they focus on through the thick and thin, through the good and the bad. That's how they get better long term.
Yeah, and then last thing I always tell them too is, if there's 2 thoughts that we're working on.
Right.
On any swing, you're only allowed to have one of those thoughts.
Right.
If that's your area of focus, then you grade the shot based on how you perform that piece, not the whole outcome.
100%. 100%.